What's the difference between disinformation and misinformation? Welcome back to our series on the truth about fake news. Hello, in this episode we will clarify some basic concepts. Disinformation and misinformation are not the same thing. It is important to understand that disinformation goes beyond what we think when we talk about fake news. Apart from focusing on the true-false dichotomy, a key feature of disinformation is that it is indeed fabricated. Disinformation, as defined by the European Union, is all sorts of false, inaccurate, or misleading information designed, presented, and promoted to intentionally cause public harm or for profit. Disinformation campaigns benefit from social fractures, which they exploit in order to enforce chaos and erode public trust. Fake news is disinformation, but disinformation is much more than fake news. It can also take the form of fabricated documents or footage that help instigate public division, for example. Not all wrong information is disinformation, though. Remember this definition: false, inaccurate, or misleading information designed, presented, and promoted intentionally to cause public harm or for profit. Disinformation purposefully wants to produce harm, and for that, it fabricates content. Sometimes journalists with little time at hand make mistakes or do not sufficiently contextualize information in articles. As a result, they sometimes present news that is not completely true. Or sometimes politicians repeat by heart a news headline that they think they read in a newspaper they like. In such scenarios, when there is no intention to cause harm, we speak of misinformation. Misinformation is information that is unintentionally partially wrong or misleading. It differs from disinformation exactly on that, on intention. Learning to distinguish between these two types is key to training ourselves in identifying disinformation. Now that we're clear on what's what, let's dive into the trickier question on how we know what we know. You know what I mean? I hope you join us for our next episode, where you'll find out how filter bubbles and online echo chambers work. Subscribe and hit the bell button to be the first one to know when our next episode is out. Hasta pronto!